It's Week 14 of the NFL, and we'll see DJ Moore. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So out come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. They'll be led out by one of the league's promising young talented quarterback in his first season out of Texas.
Even he mentioned it. Been much celebrated for him since last week. While other guys were taking in the win and enjoying some time to relax, he was reviewing what went wrong in that game. An interception, not finding the end zone. That's not the type of impact that usually finds you a win, and he knows he's got to do more for his team.
We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 31. Like a good target, Brock. Neighbors is there. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Bears' 41-yard line.
From the 41. Dump off caught by his back. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. They're set up at the 35 now. On first down, this is Singletary. He finds space for a few yards that time. Really Gay there on the tackle. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. On the counter, Singletary. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. They'll stick with Singletary. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's Singletary again. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11. Pass play coming here. Complete beyond the marker. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants finish up an excellent opening series. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game he had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win. And certainly some momentum to build on today.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he'll get them enough for a first down. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. First and 10 from the 41. Going to run again with Swift. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Williams from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Williams. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Bears first down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pass caught by Adunze. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well. They've got a man in motion. A draw now. This is Swift. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Staying grounded with Swift. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it, on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a 3rd time for 6.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants taking the field for their 2nd possession. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
At the 39-yard line.
From the 39. Gets this to Johnson. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. We're a quarter of the way through. Welcome back. We'll begin this 2nd quarter with the Giants in possession. They'll be set up 2nd and 7. Now an inside give to Singletary. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Back to pass on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep. He's got it deep downfield. And that's a New York touchdown. Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Bears send Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Williams. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, that's one of those situations you want to get your back in space. Well, you accomplish that. Unfortunately, you don't make anything happen because you don't bring the ball in cleanly.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be Giants football. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. They'll start the drive with Singletary. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Running this with Connor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line, knowing a run was coming. And, boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
To the sideline it goes. He makes the play. Pass caught. Both feet are down. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. A give up the gut to Singletary. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuffed the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Finds a seam down the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Neighbors with a catch. And they get this down to the 28. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now a run by Singletary. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was Montez Sweat who took him down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll try and throw it here. It's caught right side by Johnson. We come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They're throwing it. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. They send out Greg Zuerlein for the field goal. This from 28 yards away. Bass's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. First down throw by Williams. Scott reels it in. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down, here's Swift. And he'll get it up to the 44. 3 yards to pick up that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Second down now, 7 to go. Williams will look to throw. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That one gains 7. And that's a Chicago first down. Williams set to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bears first down. To throw is Williams. He's on the move. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears make it a 1-score game before halftime. DJ Moore, the touchdown. Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears cut it to a field goal game.
Bears 14.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants take over now late in this first half. Holding just a field goal lead. Probably going to see them play it close to the vest in the time we've got remaining. Connects with Johnson. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul.
Let's go now.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And it sets up second down. Setting up a throw. Dumps it off to his running back.
This is one of those plays, Kate, I could just hear defensive buzzwords. Pursue, effort, run him down. Just a total effort defensively to knock that running back right out of bounds and put a negative yardage mark on the stat sheet.
He finds Johnson. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. The Giants are set to punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. The Bears going back on offense just before halftime. Backed up this far and with such little time left, Brock, you gotta imagine they're just gonna kneel this out. First down, Williams. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Trying to find his tight end. So second down coming up. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Williams to throw on first. Jones reels it in. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Chicago first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they face second down. A final throw before the break. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. That's going to bring us to the end of this first half of football with the Giants holding things down in East Rutherford. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman. And I guess we'll follow up with the rest of the NFL after this one ends. We're moving right along to the start of the second half. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Valus Jones now on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Chicago offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he drives that puck backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Williams from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. His work begins at the 31. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of... Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That is Kyler Gordon. And the Bears take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bears first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one, and it brings up third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Motioning the tight end left. Third down, here's Williams. And there's a man there, it's intercepted! Juke the defender. And the Giants get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Well, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
2nd and 8. Finds him over the middle. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jalen Johnson with the stop. And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this third down. Gets it to him on the screen. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Back to throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he gets this forward to the 19. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it's going to be 2nd down. They'll throw it again. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action here. And this is caught. Touchdown, New York. The Giants parlay the interception into points. Zerline with the extra point. And the Giants make it a 10-point ball game. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. On the return, here's Jones. Good looking return here, and he's got room. The return manages to get jumps beyond the 30. The Bears about set for their next possession. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. Williams on the play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating third and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Williams with third and long. Odunze's got it, right side. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and converts on 3rd and 17.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Now here's Williams. Chased out to his right. He's running with it.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
From the 17. This one's caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Bears shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown! Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears cut it to a field goal game.
Bears 21.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36. Finds his target, Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
That's good for a New York Giants.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 43. Gets this to Johnson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Giants with the ball trying to close out what would currently be a win. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, a carry by Singletary. He's got the 1st and more inside the 25. And he has this all the way down to the 23. Offense set for a 1st and 10.
First down.
Give to Singletary from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. They'll run with Singletary. Oh, putting him in the spin cycle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal.
New York Giants.
From the red zone now. And he won't escape. The Bears take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. Going the wrong way. It's 2nd and goal now, back at the 12. They send the tight end in motion. Trying again, following the sack. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
Come on, set.
He'll throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. And it's still largely a rough outline, Brock. Not a finalized picture just yet, but our playoffs are starting to take shape. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Off the play fake, Williams. Flushed out of the pocket. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down throw by Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
From the 39. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. That's complete. Here's Scott. And he'll go down here at the 16.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance. Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking, he's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
In the early battle, get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Has the connection to Odunze. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Some hurry up offense here from Williams.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
Looking to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Looking to throw. Has it in close. And in for the Chicago touchdown. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. And he comes through on the kick to give him the lead here in the fourth quarter.
The score, Bears 28, Giants 27.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Giants about to get to work on offense. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. This finds Singletary. And he'll get it up to the 27. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Go. From the 27. Able to get it to Singletary. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Defense getting in on the farm block with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone. First and 10 now from the 30. Setting up to pass. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. He'll look to throw it. Complete to Hyatt. And he's tackled for a short gain. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Now to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential first down.
Gonna start things off with a sweep. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The Giants using their first timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. And they'll have just one left to burn now. And the Giants going nickel, third down coming. back to throw it. Scott reels it in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Carney's kick is good. And it's now a two-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
That kick right there, Kate, it was a crucial one that really just caused their odds of winning this game to jump substantially. Now we've got a two-score game. It really leaves no room for error for this opposing offense as they prepare to take the field.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants offense all set to get started. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. That is Kyler Gordon. And the Bears get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Well, he's had the kind of scoring day you love to see out of him. 3 touchdowns in the book so far, but now 3 interceptions thrown as well. Gotta do without those.
Yeah, you do. The aggressiveness has helped him find the end zone several times, but it's also led him to find defenders several times as well. You got to figure this out. It's a quarterback teeter-totter. How to dial the mistakes back while keeping that aggressive mindset as well.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Running behind center with Swift. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They made it 3 yards on the tote. It'll bring up 2nd down. So the Bears take this one on the road. And they continue playing their best ball of the season over this recent stretch as they pick up a 6th consecutive victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Bears winners as we say so long from New York.